Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Karina, also known as Ohmglashes, and if you're not new, then welcome back. Today's video is going to be a full face one brand tutorial dedicated to e.l.f. I asked you guys on Instagram a few weeks ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago, what one brand tutorial you guys wanted to see, and tons of you, which I knew already, wanted to see e.l.f. That's always the brand that you guys love for me to film with, and I love e.l.f., so I totally did not mind it. I think in second place was the brand YSL. So I will be sure to film with that soon. I just don't have like a full face of their products. A lot of their stuff is sold out. But anyways, today's video is going to be that. I'm really excited. I'm doing skincare, obviously a full face, and I will do my best to do brushes as well. So almost everything, almost everything will be e.l.f. Oh my goodness, I need to take a sip of my coffee. It's been a rough morning. We had a long night last night with Lincoln. He's kind of getting sick, and if you guys are moms, if you have babies, you know that when they're sick, they don't sleep. That means you don't sleep. So yeah, we have a lot to cover today. Let's go ahead and do that. You already know, grab your cafecito. I'm going to join you guys today and have a coffee because, like I said, I really need it. This is my second coffee today. So cheers to you, and let's go ahead and get started with today's full face of e.l.f. makeup only. Oh my goodness, that is delicious. Okay, we're gonna start off with the skincare. So I did prime my skin a little bit. Look at how bad my skin is reacting to like a product. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Holy Hydration Hydrogel Moisturizer. This one is one of my go-tos when my skin is feeling really dry and I need a boost of hydration without feeling heavy. Obviously, this is one that I go to because it has that gel consistency, so it's not going to feel too greasy on my skin, which is ideal for me, especially because I am super oily, especially around this time. It's been so hot here in Houston, you guys. Oh my goodness. If you guys live in Texas, you know what I'm talking about. The heat has just been intense, so be careful out there. Take care of your babies, take care of your pets, because it is so dangerous with these high heat. So let's go ahead and start, shall we? I think I'm just gonna go in and prime. I usually like for my moisturizer to settle into the skin, but ain't nobody got time for that today, girl. I'm gonna use 2 primers today. We're going to multi-prime, I like to call it. So I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. Hands down, my favorite primer. Like you can see that I've actually used a ton of it. This is the one I always reach for. And with that, I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Putty Primer applicator. So it comes with a little spatula at the end, and I like to scoop it a little bit. And I'm going to concentrate this just in the areas where I have large pores, which is right here. And I'm just going to push this in. I'm also going to take this to the nose, push it in. You can totally like drag this all over the skin or all over the face, not all over the skin. But again, I like to focus this on the area, especially where I have texture, because this putty does such a great job at just really smoothing out the skin. But we're gonna go in with another primer, just like that. And my skin, my pores already look so much better. For the rest of the face, I'm gonna use the Power Grip Primer, an amazing primer. I'm sure you guys know this, but this is definitely a dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. So this is really going to lock the makeup, hold it in all day. If you have an event, if you're going to be out in the heat, this is like heat proof for me. This is like the combo that I use when I'm going to be out and about and I need my makeup to stay in place and I want my makeup to not budge. This is exactly what I do every single time. I just switch up my foundations. But other than that, this is what I do. And then whatever's left on my brush, I just kind of tap it over my nose. And then here. And then I'll even go here. So there we have that. I do have a little bit of extra. So I'm just going to clean that off. Not me just using my toes to grab a towel. Okay, let's move on to foundation, of course, e.l.f. has the best CC cream out there. I mean, I haven't tried many, but I love this one so much. Like, you can see how much I've used. Like, my little tube is pretty squeezed out. So I am going to do, let's do just one full pump, and of course I'm going to use my favorite drugstore sponge from e.l.f. I also really love their Cookies and Dream sponge. I have no idea where it is. Lincoln sometimes comes into my room and he'll grab my sponges and I don't know where he leaves them, so we're just going to go with this. This foundation is so bomb. I'm sure you guys know this already. Nothing new here. Do you see how much coverage it gives? Boom, just like that. Tapping it in. I'm gonna grab a little bit more. I think one pump should be enough. Do you guys do like one or two pumps? I sometimes go overboard and I do like 2 or 3 pumps and then I realize that I did not need that much. But, you know, old habits die hard. What is it? Old habits die hard or bad habits die hard? No, old habits die hard. I'm the worst. Okay, so let's move on to bronzing the skin. I have, of course, the putty bronzers. Honestly, I don't have any other bronzer from e.l.f. These are the only ones that I have, so we're going to have to work with these. I think I'm going to mix 2, but Golden Days is definitely more of my taste. It's a little golden versus the shade Honey Dip. It's a little more cool tone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little brush. This is a Japanese brush that you can find at TJ Maxx. And I am going to just bronze the skin. Oh yeah, this is such a pretty color. I'm going to take some up here. Let's take a little bit more. And then we're just going to tap it in all over the areas where you want to apply bronzer. And then for my blush, I am going to use, I believe this one is called Bahamas, one of my favorite blushes. I know that they now have their luminous blushes. I personally haven't seen them at Ulta Beauty. I think they have them online, but I don't even know if I would personally buy them because luminosity and oily skin, we're not really friends. And these have more of a matte finish. So I am going to be a little generous because you guys know I love me a good intense blush. So I'm going to pop that right here. I'm going to put a little on the forehead just to like balance the skin out. I'm going to go back with my sponge and now I am going to just blend everything. Now I'm going to go in with my concealer. I haven't blended the nose contour obviously because I want to go in with concealer first. So let's take a little bit of light beige from the Hydrating Camo Concealer. I don't know that these are like my favorite concealers from the drugstore, but they're definitely really good. I just don't see like the whole hydration in them. Like, am I crazy or what? But I am going to also just go a little heavier handed with this. Applying it here and then there. I don't know if I want to add a little bit of this concealer. This is the matte finish, but I think I'm going to save this one to apply it on the lid as a primer. So let's go ahead and blend this out. So let's go in with setting powder, shall we? So I do have the powder foundation. I still have not been able to find a powder foundation to suit my skin tone. So that's been a little crazy, but I am going to use this color to just like set the bronzer since I don't have a foundation color to match me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder. I have the shade Light and I have the shade Medium. Super amazing powders, by the way. I'm going to use the light one to bake underneath the eyes, and then I'm going to use the medium shade to just kind of like set the entire skin. So going in with the shade Medium, and I'm just going to press this all over the skin. I like to tap it off the back of the lid. And then just a little bit. You really don't need too much. Just enough to kind of like coat the sponge, but not when it's like, not to the point where it's like covered in powder. Just a little will go a very long way. And as you can see, that took all the shininess away. I went ahead and primed my lids with the e.l.f. Matte Concealer. If you guys remember, I used to use this all the time, so it works for me. I know concealer isn't for everybody. So for my eyes, I think I'm going to go back and forth between two palettes. This is the Tiana Major Electric Mood Palette. This is probably one of my favorite palettes that they ever released. And then my second favorite palette is the e.l.f. and J. Kissa To The Rescue palette. This one is beautiful because it has such amazing matte shades. And then I'm also going to be using a little glitter because I felt like this one matched my shade perfectly. Let's start off with the shade Braided Tresses, which is this color right here. It's a really nice like brown. And then for my brushes, I do have some e.l.f. brushes, but I don't have a lot just because they're not really my favorite. So yeah, but I do have to say, from the Cookies and Dream collection, they killed it with their brush set. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of that. This is a larger brush, but that's okay because I want to cover a lot of area. I am gonna go with one of my favorite brushes from e.l.f. though. This is the e.l.f. Detail Crease Brush. Hello, duh, it's e.l.f. So this is the one that I personally really like. And I'm going to go with the shade Latte, which is right next to it. And I'm going to use that to help me blend out the shade that I just laid down. I'm also going to take a little bit of Paloma from this palette. And I'm going to use that to like almost just blend the very edge of this eyeshadow, and I think I'm just going to stop it here. I don't want to add too many layers because sometimes it's unnecessary. On the center lid, I am taking God's Girls Grills, which is this one right here. You can also use a Firefly from this palette if you don't have this one, but I'm first going to apply this here and lay it down. That's pretty. Now I'm going to take my little glitter eyeshadow. This one's called 24 Karat Gold. So now I'm going to take a little bit more of Braided Tresses. I'm not sure what that means because I think they're from the UK. But I'm going to tap a little bit into that. And then tap a little bit into the Pepper shade. And then I'm just going to go back and like tap that into the edges. Just right here. Inner corner. Right there, and then right here, just to add a little color. For my mascara, I'm gonna use my favorite one from e.l.f., which is the Big Mood Mascara. Now for lashes, I don't have any. You guys know I am a big, thick, fluffy lash lover. So the lashes from e.l.f. are very natural, which they are pretty, but they're just not my personal taste. So I'm going to go ahead and finish applying this mascara. I'm going to pop on some lashes. I'm not going to do any eyeliner because I think I have an eyeliner, but I don't feel like doing liner. We're going to come back, finish the lips, apply our setting spray, and we'll be done with today's look. Popped on some lashes. I ended up adding a little bit of eyeliner just because I felt like this look kind of needed it. Like the lashes, I don't know, they weren't really doing any justice to this look, and I was too lazy to change them. So with that said, I took the lip liner that we use as an eyeliner and lined my lips like a chola. And then to fill them in, I'm going to use the shade Light Brown from the e.l.f. Lip liner collection. This one is so nice. I really don't have any lipsticks. I wish they would come out with like more like bullet form lipsticks, a ton of nudes, because that would make my heart so happy. And then for the lip gloss today, I am going to go in with, let's go in with Pink Cosmo. It's a pretty sheer color, so you won't see too much of a difference. And then we're going to finish off the skin using the e.l.f. Sale Nights Microfine Setting Mist. This one is definitely one of my favorite drugstore setting sprays. Alright you guys, and here is a full face using e.l.f. only one brand tutorial. What do you guys think of today's look? What is your favorite part from this makeup? Also, let me know in the comment section down below what are some of your like holy grail e.l.f. products that just are in your stash that you cannot live without. I would love to know. As always, let's chat in the comment section down below. That is it for me, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you all. Stay safe, and until next time, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!